it's a hot and sticky day and we are trying to mark the water line. Now I say it like that because obviously you're working from the designer's drawings to get the water line, but where it should actually float is anybody's guess really. So it's an approximate water line for the time being. At some stage we'll dunker in the water and mark the actual proper water line. But based on the designer's drawings and table of offsets, we're marking this out. And trying to do it old school, so we haven't got a laser pointer, which probably makes the job easier, but nonetheless, you know, laser pointers are fairly new, laser markers. So old school. Set up the 3 metre level at the waterline level and on the level at that end. At the other end, we've also got a straight edge set up, and the technique is to run a line from the top of that one all the way up over the top of the level at the other end and position it so that it nearly touches the boat. So it's out wide at the far end, in close at the near end, or vice versa, moving that around there so it only nearly touches the boat, and then marking with a pencil where it comes to. As soon as you touch the boat with the line, it attempts to do a great circle route and dips down. So it's got to be just as close to the boat as you can get it without actually touching it, and then you can get an accurate marking. And then we've just, well, the next step actually was for me to kneel down and eye up, lining up this level with the level at the end, and Karen stood there with a pencil marked just to check our markings were correct. Then we've gone around with a bendy batten, joining the markings up. And again, with the bendy batten, it's important that you don't lay it against the hull like that, because then it starts doing the great circle again. You've got to keep the batten upright, basically speaking, so it doesn't curve too much to get a line. But finally, on the port side here, we've got a line we're happy with, and yeah, it looks good. I'll get some masking tape around very soon. When you look at it, it looks very high, and first of all, I was quite concerned about that, but over the years I've gathered a collection of pictures of Benford dories, and I got those out and looked at their water lines, and it seems this is about right. This is the way they are, so I'm confident that my calculations and what we've done are roughly right, at least. And obviously, as I say, it's an approximate water line. Got to dunker in the water to get the true water line, but looking good so far. So this is the starboard side. Just think about that. The starboard side, and try and give you a bit more detail of the setup here. So, as you can tell, we've got the true metre level set up here on the waterline mark on the bow, set at the same rough level that the boat is sat at, which is almost level, and clamped there. I've got my bit of fishing line clamped on there. Just bring that around so it's not disturbing it. Bit of fishing line clamped on there, and it runs up to the other end. We'll wander up the other end and show you that. Please excuse the darkness up in that back corner. So you see the straight edge positioned also on the waterline mark on the aft end and coming out there. And as you can see, our possibly see, it's a bit of fishing line, so it's going to be difficult to see, but it's clamped onto our straight edge. Now, the basic principle is that these are levels, fore and aft there, and wherever we clamp that line, it's going to give us a level mark between those two. So we clamp it in a position where it's nearly touching the hull, and can then mark the hull. So I shall now wander back to midships and mark the hull. So this is their line, and you'll see that it's just literally just touching the hull. You probably can't see it that well, but what we can do there is we can mark in a few places where that is touching the hull, or just about to touch the hull, and the light in here isn't the best, let's be honest. There's a degree of inaccuracy involved, let's not kid ourselves. Let's come back here where that's still pretty close. There, I think I should come back your way and do one more, that one is. So let's swing this one in a bit closer to there, and I've got the other end and pull it tight. Where it's nearly touching the hull. That's good. Pleased with that. That's better. Right, now that should be right there if I can get a pencil up there. There. That's a good spot there. Right there. We get the batten on that at the end, the two of us, which we probably won't be able to film, but that's about right. That's about right. So what we've just done then is just to check those marks, is that I've eyed between this forward level and the back level, which you probably can't see on the camera. In fact, I get down, I'm now, for my eye at the very least, on that level now, and Karen holds the pencil against the boat, and assuming both those levels are in line, that pencil should be on the line, and we've worked back as far as we can see doing that, and just checked most of the marks we made with the piece of fishing line were correct. One or two we've adjusted by a few millimeters, but now we're happy with all those marks, and we're now going to work around it with a batten and draw a line around there. So go on to that forward mark there. That's pretty accurate, isn't it? Take that one. You want to do the rest of that? Oh. Lovely. Yes. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, it's getting very dark, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a little high on one.
Yeah, we'll ignore that one. That one I think is right. It's usually about right, isn't it? Okay, so here we go. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching. One thing you can do for me, please, help these videos get out to a wider audience, is click that old subscribe button. That would be marvellous. And thumbs up, and thank you for watching. See you next week. Bye.
By the